chapters 118 and 119 are annotations and explanations for the names and titles used in the text messaging sections of the story. One is from the perspective of the author. The second is from the perspective of Shuri, which I thought was hilarious. If you want to go read those, you may check out the link in the description. We will jump to chapter 120, conversation 68. Would you be upset if... Tony. So, would you be upset if your shield was returned to a certain country due to the fact that Howard may have did something slightly illegal and definitely immoral to get it? Me. I'm not surprised. It's not really my shield anymore. It's Melinda's call now. Tony. Which means she'll keep it just so Agent won't cry. She just loves her little agent, even though she will never tell him that. Tony. Unless he's dying again and we don't want that. Me. Still? Tony, yes. Also, as sexy as I think that shield is, I realize that the design is kind of a waste of very rare materials that you could do so much with. The communication beads are awesome! Also, the use of the nanotech fiber is brilliant. I've been dealing with tech envy for most of the day. Tony, I mean, I've been working on something like that for the suit, but I'm not quite there. I was at least 2 more months out from having something fully ready. Me. So I assume the diplomatic visit did happen? Tony. Yes, the director is still on the fence about taking advantage of certain technologies to completely heal himself. He kind of likes being an advocate for the disabled community, so he's taken a moment to consider all the consequences. Me. That is understandable. Tony. Good news! Benji has a new BFF! There was a lot of binging on Halloween candy involved. The princess genius likes the jack-o'-lantern babes. She's taking a case home with her. Me. How bad was the sugar high? Tony. Absolutely awful. The princess kept trying to convince Friday to refer to her royal sibling as Kitty Brother. By convince, I mean trying to get into my systems more than once. Tony. I'm pretty sure I've put Pepper through worse, though. Although I think Gil King was involved. Me. That would not surprise me. Tony. Overall, it was a really good visit, despite feeling like most of my research is 10 years behind, which pretty much means the Royal Super Genius is 50 years ahead of everyone but me. And probably Monkey Lover. Tony. Okay, I'm going to have to deal with Howard's shit, but really, what else is new? I'm always going to be paying for the sins of Howard. I really wish he would have said, hell no, when they wanted S.H.I.E.L.D. to participate in Project Paperclip. I'm sure we haven't even begun to deal with all the ghosts from that bad decision yet. Me. That's true. Tony. Thankfully, nobody's using it against me personally, probably because the Royal Genius has been reading our text messages to each other. I think she has a better opinion of me because of that. Me. If I have a better opinion of you because of that, then it's obvious she would. Tony. She absolutely promises to stop reading sex text messages, by the way. Me. Do you think she'll actually stop? Tony. Absolutely not. Which is why we are never, ever going to have text message sex. It's bad enough that she knows about what I did to that poster. Me. I agree. Tony. This is also why I didn't object when she finished the framework project in like an hour. I'm bringing the prototype with me to Mumbai. Only 3 days until I can actually kiss you in person and do other things. Other things I will not discuss due to the fact that these messages could be read by a certain teenager. Me. I can't wait to see you either. Although, would you be upset if I didn't show up to the hotel alone? Tony. Why do I have a feeling you're not talking about a 3-way? Tony. I'm not totally opposed, but it would have to be someone I trust, and Agent America might be the only person on the list at the moment. Of course, Agent would kill us both or ask to join. I'm not sure which, because his crush on you is legendary. Do you know that you were who got him through his father's murder when he was 9? Or at least it was the Captain America comic books that kept his head above water during the worst of it. Me. I didn't know that. Also, didn't you just say that we should not have conversations like this? Tony. Oh yes, we're saving the kink negotiations until we can see each other face to face. Along with other conversations that may or may not be cathartic. Me. I was talking about bringing the counselor with me. Last time I could leave him with Red, but that's not an option this time. Tony. Because she eloped with my sort of son. Why did I encourage that relationship? Me. I don't know if they actually got married, but yes. And it's because you're a good person and a hopeless romantic at heart. Tony. Okay, I will ask Mary to book another suite at the Hobray. It's in the financial district and lovely. It's fine. You know I can afford lots of suites at five-star hotels. Tony. Besides, Yo-Yo is coming, I think. It depends on if she finds the guy who keeps burning various criminals alive in East L.A. Otherwise, I'm bringing other random agents with me because my BFF won't let me bring Monkey Lover or Agent America. But hey, they'll have somebody to hang out with. Tony. Will he or possibly she mostly burning criminals alive? The writer eviscerated a teacher last week. That doesn't quite fit the usual profile. Me. Are you sure the guy wasn't a pedophile? Tony. That actually sounds like a possibility. I'll pass it on to Yo-Yo. It's a S.H.I.E.L.D. thing, not an Avenger thing. So she's kind of running it on her own. Me. You miss your friend? Tony. Yes, even though Mary is a capable assistant, she's just an employee, not a friend and teammate like Yo-Yo. Although, since I did the right thing with a robot that could pass for human, I realized I have other friends, besides Monkey Lover and Yo-Yo. Mac is making me watch Chopping Mail again next time I'm in DC. Probably when I get back from fun with you in Mumbai. I want to do something with chocolate sauce. Me. That's really an actual movie? Tony. Yes. See you in Mumbai in a couple of days, my snuggle leopard. I might even have a surprise for you if you're well behaved. Me. I may already be pecked. I really miss you. Tony. Miss you too, Snuggles. So you decided not to tell him that I'm coming with you to Mumbai to tell him whatever the princess told you that you don't want him to deal with alone? Natasha asked as soon as Tony put his phone down. The princess genius is probably still reading these messages, and I don't want her to tell her brother because I'm not quite sure how he feels about you at the moment. Especially when they are still in the country, and I don't exactly want to risk getting you turned over to the FBI or the CIA in an effort to improve international relations. The president named Ross, CIA Ross, official representative to the country until an ambassador is appointed, which you don't want to happen until the new Secretary of State is confirmed, probably sometime in January. You do care. Natasha smacked at him. Only because you are my boyfriend's friend and Lily Bear's favorite aunt. That poor kid is already damaged enough, especially with the parents arguing about mommy wanting to stay a secret agent. I can't add to that. Of course not. I was told point blank to not say anything about Bucky being deprogrammed via any type of electronic communication. It's almost like she's testing me. I really, really want to get laid in Mumbai, so I'm not to do anything that may accidentally lead the military to invade another country to get Steve's BFF back. Of course, this is really about you getting laid, Natasha said with an annoyed sigh. Seriously, why are you here? You can go bug Mayor Clint. Why didn't you show up on Agent America's doorstep? Tony asked. Because May lives on a government base, and I just finished up by Lake Ontario. You were closer. Also, you can bring me to Steve, and he needs me more, especially when you tell him he can't visit his best friend. That's starting to remember who he is again. Tony sighed at her words and really wishes the Monkey Lover didn't tell Romanoff anything. Also really wishes that the conversation where he found out about Barnes didn't happen in front of Monkey Lover, but apparently he is friends with the royal genius. They've collaborated in the past. Apparently Romanov was another accomplice in whatever secret plan was going on between everybody. Obviously, there was a lot going on that he didn't know about. Of course you were, Tony sighed. And yes, I'd rather have you watching Steve's back now that Wanda decided to go get married or whatever. I may not like you personally, but we both care about Steve. I will watch his back for you, although not quite like you do. Less leering. Natasha snarked. Although, aren't you supposed to still be babysitting Skyquake for Agent May? Tony asked. She decided to go after the watchdogs by herself. She abandoned me at an old shield safe house off of Lake Ontario. I feel like there's a story here, because he was sure that Romanov was not telling him everything. One I will never tell you, Romanov responded as she pulled back her now blonde hair into a ponytail. That's when Tony noticed a mark on her neck. Is that a hickey on your neck? Okay, what happened when she was with Daisy? I have no trouble killing you, Tony wasn't entirely sure she was serious or not. That would make Steve sad.
I could live with that.
And Lily Bear, you know she's still mad at you for disappearing for over 6 months with nothing more than the one card to let her mom know that you were okay. That kid has some serious separation anxiety, Tony remarked.
I hate you.
No, you don't. Especially because I convinced Mr. and Mrs. Purple Arrow to bring the kids over before we leave for India.
I hate you less and will not try to convince Steve to date anybody else.
Natasha tells him with a smile. That's all I asked for.